It better if him name get on with your daughter. Him get on a little bit too well. Him get on a little bit too well with the daughter, yeah. You understand? He and my daughter had a good relationship. My daughter was 25 and at the time my husband was 38 when he arrived in America. Right? My daughter went out with her friends, invited him, and I was happy for him to go because I wanted him to have a good relationship with my daughter and I didn't want my daughter to feel uncomfortable in any way. So the better they got on, it was the better we all got on. Boy, oh boy, lady. I noticed that he and my daughter was getting very close, but I just thought that they formed a bond and had a good friendship. Friendship? You know, see a soup, the man a story up on a boy, they wait till him spice up the soup. I just thought that they had a good friendship. Right? My daughter would always call him on the phone. Any problem he called him, they were always talking. I didn't have a problem. They seemed quite close to each other. And I did like the idea that my daughter had a man around the house that she got on with. Right? And he was more like a father figure to her. That's the way you think, lady. Boy, your lady, you can't blind so. You can't blind so. Boy, oh boy. My daughter was in an on and off relationship with her boyfriend, and every time she had relationship problems, she would talk to him and he would give my daughter good advice. The man set up your daughter for left her man. For him can control the daughter. But you're not really play. You're not really play. He was very helpful. He was working. He was supporting the home. Everything was okay. He buy me gifts. He buy gifts for my daughter on her birthdays and everything. I noticed that things were getting a little bit too close with him and my daughter. But I couldn't act as if I was jealous with my own daughter. I spoke to him about it and he said there is nothing going on between them and that she just respects him and likes his advice. I believed him at the time, but I was still a little bit curious as to how close they are, because they were almost as if they were closer than I was with him. Hold on. It was almost as if they were closer as I was with him. So then, hold on then. Then this is the red flag, the lady. If you have your husband where you take up from Jamaica, here in America, in Chicago, go live under the roof where you have your daughter a big pitney, we can take tailpipe whistling. Right? Big woman. And you realize, say, him and your husband closer than how you and your husband close. Something wrong, man. Something is wrong. Something is wrong. A few months on, I noticed that my daughter was pregnant. And we spoke about it. And my daughter told me that the baby is for her ex-boyfriend. Right? One day when I was at work, I wasn't feeling very well. I called them to tell them that I was going home, but I was going to stop by a friend for a bit and pick up some stuff. My husband was home as it was his day off, and my daughter would have finished work by then, and she was home also. My husband was always playing loud music when he's home. He loves his music. He's always playing music. And smoking is, you know what, him high grade. Right? When I drove up, I knew the music was blasting because he was home. No one heard me in the driveway. When I opened the door, I saw my daughter sat on top of my husband. They were all clothed, but he was sat on top of him as if they were into something. When I saw this, I grew enraged. And the first thing I did was to attack my husband. And I started going off on both my husband and my daughter and start to ask, what the F is going on here? My daughter turned around and asked him, should I tell her or will you? I was shocked when my daughter said that. I was trembling. I was wondering, what is this about? What is it they're about to tell me now? When my husband sat down in total silence when my daughter said that, he didn't say anything. And my daughter turned around, started crying and said, Mom, I am sorry, but I lied to you. I am pregnant for such and such. What a wicked, wicked piece of boy. The woman care you go go breed the woman daughter. Boy, oh boy. I was so shocked. I was in disbelief. I couldn't retaliate. When I saw her sat on my husband before, I attacked him, but this time was more reason for me to attack him. But I was froze. I couldn't move. I didn't know what was happening. I felt as if I was in a dream when my daughter told me that he was pregnant for my husband. I sat for a few minutes just to catch myself. And I was so mad, and I told them about to get the F out of my house. Not even thinking that my daughter is pregnant, she has nowhere to go. But at the time, I didn't care. And I told them to get the F out of my house. I was crying and I was screaming at my husband because I was in disbelief. He didn't say a word in English. You could see his face that he didn't know what to say. He was the first one to leave out the house while my daughter gathered the rest of her stuff. And they went out. They were outside for a while and my daughter called one of her friends to come and pick them up. When they left the house, I didn't call my daughter. For days and for weeks I was hurting. Boy, oh boy, lady, I can imagine what you talk about. I was hurting for days and for weeks. I didn't talk to anybody. I didn't go into work. I was so broken, disappointed, and felt like a fool. And this was even more embarrassing that my own daughter slept with my husband, got pregnant, and now they have both moved out together. Lady, and what you wanna do wrong? Is either your daughter when I go on head top or something, or your daughter padlock must be locked tighter than for you or something, because I don't know where you go wrong. Where did you go wrong? But the red flags were there from them I get so close. From them I get so close. You understand? After I felt better and it was time for me to go back to work, by this, I had no communication with them. I blocked my daughter, I blocked my husband. I thought about reporting him to immigration, but then I had a change of heart because I said he's going to be my grandchild father, even though I not think about them sitting there. Lady, you shouldn't think about that. You have time to think about them kind of something there. After you take up the man and he come breed your daughter, I tell you about some other man, you know. You not too dirty and you can't control yourself. That's why you all go find go hold on and take. You cannot control your tailpipe. You can't look a principle about some. Boy, oh boy. Months went by. Months went by. And by this time, my daughter would have had her child. Someone told me that she had a boy baby. So I had a grandson. I thought about it and I said I would love to be a part of my grandson's life. But I couldn't face up to seeing my husband ever again, knowing it was my husband and this is what happened. I started speaking to my daughter. I unblocked her and I only spoke to my daughter, but I never spoke to my husband again. I went to see my grandson, but I went when my ex-husband wasn't there. Right? Pretty much because the lady, she went on over a year after. She went on and put through a divorce. She have a heart. Over a year after, she went through and put through a divorce, which was in process. And even after the child, the divorce never came through. But I never spoke to my husband. I forgave my daughter and I put all the blame on my husband for everything that happened. Because of this, what happened with my husband, I will never, ever be with another man. I'll stay single. I'll stay by myself until my time comes. Oh my days. People, lady, first things first. Yeah, you're not reach 58. You're still young and prime. You're 48 years old now. This happened 5 years ago. Right? Which would mean that you have a grandson about 3 or 4 years old now. And your divorce must come through by now. Right? You put through your divorce now, everything done. Move on. A 5 year now, move on. Don't say you don't want no more man and all them kind of something there. No. Try after a relationship. He was just a little dirty old cruff. We can't control him tailpipe. And enough of them stay. So you just pick the wrong one. But there is still good man out there. You understand me I say? Me people, this is a story. A boy, oh boy, me I tell you. Boy, oh boy, me I tell you. You see me I show you about some enough time when you see a man left yard. And then reach back all of Jamaica. And them go find go mash up themselves. Me have another story, you know. Me have another story about same way a woman take up a man. Go Canada and when go do to the best friend. You understand me I say? But that story they have to wait. That the one they're not ready for drop yet. You understand me people? What a man like this. You go in the house and you eyes up the woman daughter. Obviously, yes, the woman daughter probably look better than her because she younger and nice and sit. But that no, you're a big man, brother. Come on, no man. And this is the problem with someone sometime in a man. And now see they know. If another man was supposed to get a chance with this woman, he not go have a chance because this woman vows that she rather stay alone until the day she pass her. Believe me when me tell you that. 1J Progress Entertainment, me people. Believe no man. You not have to ask nobody nothing. And nobody not have to tell you nothing. A 1J Progress Entertainment. Believe.